Let's figure out how we would make this shape in Inventor. So we've got a cylindrical shape, so once again we're going to need to revolve this part. We have to identify the axis and the profile. This is a slightly more complicated shape than the last ones we've been doing, but it's still easy to identify that the axis is the line running all the way up the middle of the shape, and that the profile is going to be the outline of half of the shape, something like this. So that's what we're going to sketch there, that closed profile. Let's take a look at some of the sizes now. So this is a little bit trickier to work out, but all the information is still here for us. The overall width of the shape, this portion right here, is going to be half of 24. In other words, that's going to be 12, going across there. We're going to come down this distance right here. We're going to leave a sharp corner for now. And the distance that we come down is that distance in there, which is 5 plus 6. So that's going to be 11 coming down this way. I've got this line right here, which belongs to a circle, which has a diameter of 14. And eventually we drop down 12 millimeters until we have a little radius of 2 in here. Remember, we have to half these diameters because we're only drawing half the shape. Okay, let's head over to Inventor and give this a go. In Inventor, I have a new scene open, a new part. I'm going to start sketch and I'm going to draw in the front view. First thing we're going to do is draw our axis, and our axis is going to be a line going straight up like this. Now before we get any further, let's try and figure out this height of that axis then. So the axis is going to be 12 plus 6 plus 5, which is 23. Dimension that line, and we could always do this, we could also do 12 plus 6 plus 5, and it will stick the right number in there. So that's our axis going straight up. Next what we're going to do is going to do a line 12 out and then 11 down. Take our line tool, we're going to come out to there, and we're going to come straight down the way. And we'll pause at this minute and we'll do dimension and we'll stick in these sizes. So that's going to be 12 and that's going to be 11. Down at the bottom of the shape we have a little flat bit that goes out 2 millimeters. So let's take that, use our dimension tool and make that 2 millimeters, just like that. Then what we've got to do is we've got to come in this distance here. Okay, now it doesn't tell us that distance on this drawing, right? It just doesn't tell us it, but what it does do is it tells us this distance here. Okay, and that distance there is going to be half of 14. So if that bit's 7, and together with this mystery dimension it's going to add up to 12, then the mystery dimension must equal 5. Take our line tool, come in a certain amount. Oops, that didn't go flat. Let's try that again. Line tool, it's important that we keep it nice and flat. Comes in flat and then it comes down to this one right here. I'm going to get our dimension tool. I'm going to take this size right here and we're going to make that 5. Now we're not quite there, because what we want to discuss now is how we round off the corner up here. Let me take my eraser tool and rub some of this out. We've got a rounded corner. Now that's a fillet, that's a sketch fillet, and it's a sketch fillet of radius 5. So over in Inventor we can look for our fillet tool. We're still in the sketch, there's our fillet tool up there. We can change the radius to 5, and then what we can do is we can click on 2 lines like that and it will throw in this curve for us. You can ignore the little symbols that it puts either side. We can finish that sketch, we can center it on the screen with the middle mouse button, and then I can revolve it. Inventor knows what profile we're going to use. It's already shaded it blue. It's currently waiting for us to select an axis, so let's go ahead and click that axis right there and hit OK. Now we've got another feature to add to this, and the feature is the diameter 7 hole, which goes down to a depth of, well, it doesn't exactly say the depth, but I think we can figure out the depth here. It's a diameter 7 hole, and it goes down to be collinear with this surface right here, which we know is 5 plus 6 down. So diameter 7 and a depth of 11. Sketch on top. Take your circle tool, put in a size of 7, finish your sketch, and extrude subtract mode down a distance of 11 millimeters. And that's how you make that particular shape.